Hello, today I'm going to be replacing the brain on my Recteq Bull 700. It's a pellet grill by Recteq. My old one stopped sending the Wi-Fi signal to be able to control it from my phone. So it has an app which you can monitor the temperature of your meat. It has two probes that you can put into one meat or two meats, and it'll monitor that. And it also allows you to adjust the heat of the pellet grill all remotely from anywhere around the world. Well, it just all of a sudden quit sending a signal. So I called Recteq. It took me quite a while, but they finally agreed to send a whole new unit. This is the second time they've sent me a new unit. The first time it was brand new, and there was something wrong with one of the probe jacks, so it would not stay in and connect. So they sent me a new one, and it's interesting because the original one had an antenna like this on the outside. The one they sent me as a replacement, they removed the antenna. They had no more antenna, so it was internal. Well, I'm only guessing that they had problems with eliminating the external antenna, so they brought it back. So here's the newest one. Today is July 26th, 2025, and I'm assuming they're not sending me an old stock unit. So if that's true, then they've gone back to an antenna. Now, I know this is different because the first one that came with the unit, you could actually unplug the antenna. This one doesn't appear to unplug. Maybe it unscrews. But anyway, the other one went into like a 3.5 millimeter phone jack. And this is different. So anyhow, I'm real happy that they sent it to me. And I appreciate that because the retail price on this replacement is about $200. Now that doesn't cost them that much, of course, but still. So I appreciate them after it took several attempts, but finally they sent it, because they go through routines that they want you to go through to make sure it's not your error, why the thing's not working. With mine, you're supposed to hold this button right here, and what it does is that light, the LED light, should turn on and start blinking, which means it's ready to pair with the Wi-Fi. This unit would no longer do it. So anyway, let's get started. So it's really hard to see up in there since it's very bright out here beyond it. I can't even see in there. So I'm going to get a light to shine on that and see which fasteners to take out. Okay, so first we have to unplug a few things off the board. So we've got this thing here. They're just quick spade connectors. Let's see here. The purple one. There's the black, then the purple, then the yellow, and then red. Okay, so that is that grouping. And here's one for the temperature probes. No. Okay, and then these ones down here, there's two more. Alright, so we have everything but the ground wire disconnected. Just those two screws on the far end, they're Phillips screws that hold the board in place. This may require a shorter screwdriver. Yeah. Okay, I had to get the stubby screwdriver. Little bitty Phillips screw. And now for the second one. There it goes. And there it is. So time for the new one to go in. Now I wonder if it's better to connect the wires first. We've got the black, red, white, or yellow and purple. So we've got to make sure we connect those in the right configuration. So I'll check back on my video to confirm that. Okay, I've got the colors when I played it back: the black, then the purple, the yellow, the red, and the white one on the very top, which was a neutral common anyway. I knew that one. Now it has a small wire here, which looks just like this one, but this one's attached to the bottom of the stainless on this housing, and it must have plugged in somewhere on the original board. That I did not see, but this one connects to what looks like oh, that's probably the RF transmitter receiver. And I'm thinking that served as the antenna for the previous one, which this one has an external antenna. So I think that's why this one comes with the wire already on it. It goes to the board, which has the antenna plugged in outside here, external antenna. So I think we can just leave this. So the only other thing left are these last two, the whites, plugged in down here. And I'll do that after I screw the board back in. So I've got to get that ground wire on the screw. And then get it in the hole. Yeah. That's a big maybe, because my fingers are too fat to get up in there. Problem is the wire wants to pull it off the screwdriver. Nope. Yeah. That's just a tough spot to get to. Hi, Major. Now I'm getting dog kisses laying down here on the ground. Yes, Major. All right, so I got that one in. That's probably the hardest one. Well, my light source must have shoved the wire back in there. So I gotta pull that out. Yep, here's the other one. There we go. That's all the wires. So let's put that cover-up plate back on. We'll check and see if it works. And here's what it looks like installed on the front panel. Now it has a manufacturer's film on it that protects the screen until you get it installed. So I'm going to pull that off so it looks beautiful, nice and shiny. If you don't take these off, they'll eventually glue on to where you can't get them off. So it's best to take it off. I mean, if you leave it on and thinking you're protecting something, what are you protecting for? Because it doesn't look as clear with this on anyway. It's like leaving the protective wrap on a lamp shade. Just take it off. There's the inputs for probe A and B. That's good. Okay. Now, to test this, I need to take the cover off of the smokestack section, because you have to actually turn it on to program it. So I got to pull enough of this cover off to do that. Actually did it the other day and it started and I forgot that it's got the cover on the smokestack, and I had to quick shut it off before I burn a hole through my cover. All right, got it off enough. Now we got to get it some power. And good, we have something on the display. So we're going to turn that down to bare minimum, which would be low. Yeah. Okay, and we have a blinking light. That's a good sign right there. So now I've got to connect to Wi-Fi. So let's do that. Okay, in order to do that, I have to do it from this phone I'm recording from. So we'll be right back. Okay, let's go to the Recteq app. There it is. Hi. Okay, next step. Change network. AT&T fiber. And I'll have to cover this up here. Okay. Come on. There we go. All right. It is working. Excellent. All right. It's connected and working, and I'm happy. So that's it for this one, folks. We'll see y'all on the next one.